Welcome to another edition of Sci-Fi Journal, presented by members of the Rhode Island Science Fiction Club. This show is for December 2015, and as you can see and hear, we are at Rhode Island Comic Con 2015. I'm Marc Morriseau. Also hosting the show today are
Calvin Watts III.
Jay Kingston.
James Hinsey.
All right, this place is crazy. There's tons of folks here today. All sorts of stars, lots and lots of people, vendors, cosplay, all sorts of stuff. All right, Calvin, what are you looking forward to most today?
Walking around, they've doubled the size. The Dunk is now open, and it's not just a concourse. The main floor has more celebrities, more exhibits, more vendors. It's just more of everything. It is absolutely a madhouse, but it's a very fun madhouse.
Jay, what are you looking forward to today?
Meeting fans of the Sci-Fi Journal show and just having a lot of interplay between the fans and us. That's what I'm really looking for.
I'm hoping to meet like a couple of Jason Momoa. I saw Dean Cain, Lou Ferrigno. Those are great. The Star Trek actors, Doctor Who actors. It's all, and plus the fans. And passing out business cards and things like that for RISFIC and Sci-Fi Journal and for my HP Rhode Island. So.
Yep. So Rhode Island Science Fiction Club. We have a table here at the Dunk because they opened it up this year, like Calvin said. Should be a lot of fun. So we're going to talk to a lot of fans. We're going to talk to some vendors, hopefully talk to some stars. Lots of stuff. So on with the show. Here we are in the Dunkin Donuts Center, the first time that Rhode Island Comic Con takes advantage of the Dunk, which is lots of cool. And we're going to do our regular segments this time around. All right, as always, we begin with the wonderful world of movie news with something we call popcorn previews. So here's Jay.
Going a little way off the beaten path, I've got a movie that's on Amazon. It's a series that's on Amazon called The Man in the High Castle. It's by Philip K. Dick, and it's based on the novel by Philip K. Dick. And it's about an alternate future where the United States lost World War II. So let's take a look at that footage.
It requires skill, not strength, to turn your opponent's aggression against them. That is how a woman can defeat a man twice the size.
I thought I'd find you here. Trudy, you're back.
You've always looked out for me, sis, but you don't need to anymore.
You got a job.
Can you believe it?
There you are.
I don't know why you like the Japanese. They killed your father.
Is your game something you trained for in Hitler Youth?
Yes, it certainly is, Phil.
There's something happening here. What it is ain't exactly clear.
Take this. What is this? A way out.
There's a man with a gun over there, telling me I got to be wary.
I know what this is. Possessing them is treason.
Trudy died for this, Frank.
They have to think you know nothing about this, or they'll kill you too.
This film, what does it mean?
You want to help? Don't ask questions.
I'm supposed to bring you the film. You were my sister's contact.
Hey, what's that sound?
Buy you a drink?
Are you so helpful to strangers?
Pretty ones I am.
She's a traitor, Joe. So are you if you try to protect her. You can use your budding romance and the services of the fatherland. Where is Juliana Crane?
If you don't find this woman, we will.
Maybe if I'd met you sooner, my life would be a whole lot different. You're working for the Resistance. Where are you taking her? I'm gonna take her someplace you'll never see her again.
I need answers. And I'm not leaving until I get them. What if there's a way out for you, for me, for everyone?
High Castle. Does that mean they have hamburgers?
That's White Castle.
Oh, that's different. Never mind.
Next, we've got for your viewing perusal, World of Warcraft, based on the Blizzard very popular online game. So let's take a look at that.
For years, our world has been at peace. But something is coming. I can feel it. Dark forces are upon us.
Find these beasts, or whatever they are.
Our world is dying. There is nothing to go back to. If our people are to survive, we must make a home here. Whatever happens.
Whatever happens. If we do not unite, our world will perish.
This doesn't need to happen. There is one who may help us.
For orcs, there is no other life but war. No, but with the humans' help, there could be.
Why are you here?
To save our people.
Can we trust him?
They're beasts. They should all be destroyed.
Are you sure about that? We'll protect the kingdom. You and I.
You'd side with the humans against your own kind.
This is suicide.
We have no choice. We should attack with full force.
Whatever you plan to do it now!
To succeed in polite society, a young woman must be many things. Kind, well-read, and accomplished. But to survive in the world as we know it, she'll need other qualities.
It's taken some work, but I finally have them. The worst of the worst. Let's just say I put him in the hole and threw away the hole.
There's rumors, Amanda, that some of them have abilities.
Oh, yeah. I have seen things. Maybe Superman was some kind of beacon for them to creep back from the shadows. I want to assemble a task force of the most dangerous people on the planet who I think can do some good.
They're bad guys.
Exactly. And if anything goes wrong, we blame them. We have built-in deniability.
What makes you think you can control them?
Because getting people to act against their own self-interest is what I do for a living.
Are you the devil?
All you need to know is you work for me.
So that's it, huh? We're the patsies. We're some kind of suicide squad. Let's go save the world.
You're in so much trouble. Hope you got insurance.
Know what they say about the crazy ones?
Huh? If I'd only see
Oh, I'm not gonna kill you.
that the joke was on me.
I'm just gonna hurt you. Really, really bad.
Okay, I'm here with Larry Elig, who is a sculptor. He does cold cast metal bronzes, and his inspiration he takes from classic science fiction. Larry, your work is absolutely beautiful.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Been doing it all my life in the commercial art field, toys and theme parks and whatever they need, some sculpting, fine arts. And now I'm doing a lot of freelance work, trying to show people what I really love to do. And like with the cold cast bronzes and the here like resin model kits that people can assemble and paint themselves. So, but I always try to do this is fun for me because it's all the classic monsters and science fiction creatures and actors I grew up and loved in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. So
That's great. Now, this is right up my alley too, because I grew up in the 60s and the 70s.
Right.
And I used to watch a lot of these old classic movies on UHF channels.
Right, yeah. Well, now with video DVDs, it's more accessible to almost any film that when you and I grew up, they weren't available. Many of them were lost, and now you just Netflix or you just pick them up and able to see them anytime you want to. So now younger generation will be able to see the classic Lost World or King Kong and Frankenstein and Creature from the Black Lagoon and like the Metaluna mutant from This Island Earth. So you can see any film you want nowadays. And
yeah, and if you want, you can purchase sculptures from Larry online, and that address is online?
It's LJELIG at AOL.com. So,
Okay.
yeah, great. I've been doing conventions and selling those there. Connecticut and the Rhode Island Comic Con, Rhode Island's Necronomicon, big fan of H.P. Lovecraft, and I've done a number in the Midwest, Wonderfest, which is very large and a lot of fun. You get to meet a lot of people, they have common interests, other sculptors, and yeah, it's a labor of love. So.
Absolutely, I can tell. I mean, these are just absolutely gorgeous. So, good job, and congratulations.
I appreciate it. So come on down to the show today or Sunday and enjoy. So I appreciate it.
That's great. Okay, we're going to take a walk around and see what else is going on. But thank you, Larry.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Not a problem. And now, on to Calvin Watts and Game Over. Calvin?
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
Well, I gotta tell you, if you take a look outside and down over at the Dunkin Donuts floor, it is a madhouse here, but we're having a really good time. So, since it's December, there's not much going on in the way of home video releases. All of the major stuff has been out or is coming out. Ant-Man is probably like the biggest one that's just hit the home video, so you might want to go ahead and check that out. As for video games, we just recently passed one of the biggest video game months that we've had in some time. I've had a chance to review a little bit, but not really as we speak. As we speak, Fallout 4 comes out in like 3 days, and I am so looking forward to that. So hopefully next month I'll have a little review on how good that is. The same thing with Star Wars Battlefront. Halo 5 has been pretty good so far. I played a little bit of it. But Destiny, the Taken King, has really been where it's at. They've really revamped in year 2 a lot of the problems that they've had in year 1. And one of the really cool things has been having most of the exotic material, like the exotic guns and stuff, have been locked behind like these secret quests. So you have game members, hunting over all different parts of the world to try and figure out how to activate these things. So it's just been like really, really, really cool. If you saw some of the pictures that, for some of you that are on my Facebook, I had a picture taken yesterday with Captain Kirk, and then I'm walking down the aisle, and I run into Mr. Spock. I'm looking up, and I'm like, oh my God, actually, this is Spock Vegas, and he is doing a very important service for the community. Mr. Vegas, how are you?
I'm feeling very logical.
Very logical. And so you are collecting money to donate for the Epilepsy Foundation. Why don't you talk a little bit about that?
Well, I've been working with them for 1 year now. I did 42 Comic Cons total. Probably, I would say 25 with them because I also work in Canada and UK. And yeah, I raise funds every weekend, and they're happy with me, and I'm very happy to work for them. Yeah, it's a great combination. So we're going to go on this next year also, 2016. And it's going to be an even better year because it's going to be the 50th anniversary of Star Trek.
He does. Have you ever been to Rhode Island before, and how have the fans treated you here in Providence?
The Providence people are amazingly generous, and they give me a lot of attention. People care about Spock over here, I'm telling you. I hope your microphone does not pick too much of that, doesn't pick up too much of that.
So if people want to learn more about you and what you're doing, do you have any website information that you can give out?
Well, Spock Vegas, Hotmail, Twitter, Facebook is Paul Forrest, but my fan page is Spock Vegas. Yes, it's a page where fans can like, you know. It's something you have to do when you're on planet Earth. Social media. Yeah.
I completely agree. Well, Mr. Spock Vegas, thank you very much for taking the time to just talk with me on Sci-Fi Journal, and live long and prosper.
Live long and prosper.
So that's really all I have. So we're going to go on to Toob News with Mark.
All right, some TV news coming up here. Here we go. CBS is going to produce a new Star Trek series. It's going to be premiering in 2017. Alex Kurtzman is going to develop it. The same guy who does the newest Star Trek movies. It's going to, let's see, the first episode is to air on CBS. The rest of the series will be available only on their new streaming series, CBS All Access. So you can watch the first episode for free, but then you're going to have to pay $6, like Stars or HBO, that type of deal. No word on what timeline in the Trek universe is going to take place, and it's no relation to the new movies that are coming out either. What do you guys think about this?
It could be either really good or it could be really bad. Honestly, I hate the idea. I really do. If you're going to put the first episode on free TV and then you're going to put it onto a streaming app that you just launched, and it just, I understand there's a fight going on between cable and streaming and all that, but it's just like another death knell in a roll of TV. A lot of people seem to be unhappy about it. You can count me as one of them.
Right.
I would rather see it go strictly on the air over CBS and have them commit to it and do the production values and all that. The only benefit is that they'll be able to offer some more adult type content to the show itself.
Right.
Probably a little grittier storylines than we're normally used to seeing on over-the-air channels.
Yeah. What I'm hoping they do is, even though I won't be subscribing to their All Access, they'll do like they do for Game of Thrones, where they'll show Game of Thrones on HBO, and then a year later, you can watch that season on Netflix. You can rent the DVDs and watch it that way. So that's what I'm hoping they do with Star Trek. Okay, BBC has announced that Doctor Who will be produced until at least the year 2020. So we have 5 more guaranteed years of Doctor Who. What do you guys think?
That's awesome for the Whovian fans out there.
Mm-hmm.
Go Doctor Who.
Go Doctor Who. And Peter Capaldi is guaranteed for next season as well. So that should be fun. Okay, the reboot of the animated series Reboot has a title. It's called Reboot the Guardian Code. There'll be 26 half-hour episodes produced by Chorus Entertainment. No word yet on a release date or if it's going to be syndicated, but if you enjoyed that Reboot series with all those characters, you should enjoy it.
Computer animation?
It's a combination of computer animation and live action this time around. So if you enjoyed the old Reboot series, you should like this one as well. 2 series for Sci-Fi Channel coming up in December that I want to make you aware of. Childhood's End is a 3-night event that starts December 14th at 8 p.m. And The Expanse begins December 14th, also at 10 p.m., and that runs for 10 episodes. 2 more adult-oriented, more serious-type sci-fi shows on the Sci-Fi Channel. They're kind of moving away from Monster of the Week, which is a good thing, so you should check those out in December. And then last but not least, the X-Files miniseries. X-Files is back on Fox. 6 episodes starting Sunday, January 24th, 2016 at 10 p.m. And then the next evening, they'll show the 2nd episode on Monday, January 25th. And like I said, 6 episodes total. Sculptor, Molly, and all those guys, Scully and Mulder. Mulder and Scully.
Oh my God,
Scully and Mulder and all those other dudes will be back with the cigarette-smoking man.
You're fired.
So if you like X-Files, check out that series. That's all I have for Toob News. I'm very pleased to be able to interview Russell Hodgkinson, who's from the Sci-Fi Channel TV series Z Nation. How are you, Russell?
Really well. How are you?
Good, good. Now, I think I read your bio. You and I are about the same age. You're born in '59?
Yes, I was.
Okay. So, growing up in the 60s and 70s, what influenced you to become an actor?
I used to watch Gilligan's Island religiously, and I used to think, man, Gilligan is getting paid to be on this island and hang out and have fun, and he was funny, and I just thought that would be an awesome thing. So I love that, and then I did lots of theater in junior high and high school, and just never stopped.
Okay. Now, where did you grow up?
I grew up in St. Petersburg, Florida.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And joined the Army right out of high school, and started doing a lot of theater on base. The Fort Bragg Playhouse was a wonderful theater that I worked at, so yeah, that's how I kind of got started.
Okay, cool. Now, can you tell us a little bit about your family? Are you married? Do you have kids or anything?
Yeah, I'm married for 25 years, and I have 2 daughters from a previous marriage, and I got married right out of high school. I got 2 daughters and 4 beautiful grandchildren.
Nice.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Good for you. Now, you're one of those actors, like when they see you on TV, they go, I don't recognize the name, but when they see your face, they go, oh yeah, he was in this and that. And what's it like to be like a good character actor like yourself?
What's it like?
Yeah.
It's just, it's a blessing. It's a beautiful thing to get to do what I love, and that's hard, really. I mean, not everybody gets to do exactly what they love, you know, and so I feel really lucky in that regard. Yeah.
Good. Now, for people who don't know anything about the show, can you tell viewers a little bit about Z Nation?
Well, we've got this guy Murphy who has been bitten by a zombie, by zombies, and he did not turn into a zombie. So we know that he has the antibodies. So we're trying to get him from New York to California to the CDC labs so that they can create a vaccine and save the world. So that's our major mission. But he's a pain in the ass. He's just a pain and makes it very difficult. And so we're just kind of a ragtag group of misfits sort of that got thrown together on this mission. And we're trying to just make our way across the country. Yeah.
Now, what I like about the show is that sometimes it gets serious, but most of the time it doesn't take itself too seriously either. There's a lot of humor in it, as opposed to other zombie shows that we know about too. Yeah, talk about that a little bit.
Well, you know, there's been comparisons. When people try to compare The Walking Dead to Z Nation, I just laugh because there's really no comparison, you know? First of all, they have an incredibly high budget. I mean, it's like one episode is like 3.4 million, I think, and ours is like 700,000. So we're not trying to be The Walking Dead. We wanted to give audiences something different, and I think that's what we're doing. And the fans that I met here really are enthusiastic and really love the show. So it's been great to just get to meet them.
What do you like most about playing Doc? Because Doc is an awesome character. He really is. Yeah.
You know, they give me a lot of leeway with Doc. I get a lot of, I make a lot of input, and sometimes I'll see a line and just ask him if I can say it the way I would say it. And, I feel like Doc is kind of the heart of the show in many ways, I've been told, and I like that. I like the whole. Well, I love the whole Z-weed angle, you know.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
It's really great, and I try to stress to the young kids that Z-weed is for medicinal use only, because we're trying to be a little responsible, you know. But we do film in Washington State, which is a legalized marijuana state, so I think it's kind of fun that we're exploring that, you know. I have lots of friends that use marijuana for pain management, and it's ridiculous that it's, you know, that it's still being criminalized, you know. Anyway, so I like that.
One of the cool things I like about Doc was, I think there was one episode, he was actually wearing red tennis shoes with a smiley face.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you choose that, or did the wardrobe?
No. We got a new costumer in the second season who had really just great ideas for all of us, and we were all just so grateful to have her. Ashley Russell, she's our costumer, and yeah, she's just been great. So I used to wear Chuck. You know, growing up, I wore them, and I wore them into adulthood, probably way longer than I should have been wearing them. But but I love that Doc gets to wear these Chucks, you know, and so incorporated like cool band shirts and different shirts for each episode, and she's great. We love her.
Now, what do you think when you're reading your script, and part of the script, one of the things describes zombies being run over by a giant wheel of cheese?
You know,
that's wild stuff.
it's wild stuff, and we're the show that says yes to those wacky ideas people come up with. And, you know, there's going to be more of that, you know, where that came from. I don't know where you are in the season, but are you caught up?
I'm all caught up. I just watched the last episode with the aliens.
Yeah, well, that was pretty awesome.
That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, Jason McKee, he's our special effects guy, and he directed that episode.
Right.
too,
And
he's
Doug
wonderful.
Jones is in that episode.
Yeah,
too.
Doug sure is. We just went down and said hey to him yesterday, and he's great. And Missy Pyle is wonderful. But yeah, we go some pretty interesting places. I think next week it's the Grand Canyon.
Okay.
And yeah, so Doc's having fun there for sure.
Are we getting any more Z Nation?
Z Nation?
Did you get?
Oh yeah, we just got renewed for a third season,
Nice.
so that's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, we're real excited about that. Employment is a good thing for actors and for everybody. You know, we employ a lot of people in the Pacific Northwest, so it's a great thing for our community. And we shoot in Spokane, Washington, which is gorgeous and beautiful. And I mean, if you're going to shoot a TV series, why not do it in the Pacific Northwest, right?
Right.
And the wonderful thing about Spokane, besides the fact that they're providing us with millions of awesome zombie extras who are just great and so enthusiastic and awesome, but there's just such a wide variety of terrain. They have the high desert, and they got the beautiful river that we used as the Mississippi River, and forests and mountains, and so it's really been a beautiful place to film. We got the rolling green hills. I think we used that for one episode, and the wheat fields, and it's great. So we're all really loving that.
That's good. Awesome. All right. Well, thank you very much for speaking with us. We really appreciate it.
Keep watching Z Nation.
Yeah, it's an awesome show. Sci-Fi Friday nights.
10 o'clock.
Thank you. Now where are we going?
Anime Daisuki with James Hinsey.
That's right.
Go, James, go!
James, go.
All right? Yes. Okay. Yeah, wow.
All right, it's James here, Sci-Fi Journal at Rhode Island Comic Con, and I'm here with Jill from Midnight House Elves. It's a Harry Potter emporium, and so how did you get started with Midnight House Elves?
It's a business that I started with my daughter. We would go to Harry Potter conventions and Mommy would leave broke, and so I decided to try to find a way to leave not so broke, and now it's paying for her college, so it's a good thing.
Wow, so you've been doing this for quite a while.
We started at Leaky, Chicago. We did a craft fair, and we just sold necklaces, and Megan, my daughter, made duct tape bows, and in a few hours, like, we got a lot of interest, so people kept saying, did you have a business? So we came home and we started an Etsy, and that was, 2012, I think? Wow. Yeah, so it's been a little while.
That's great. Yeah, so tell me, what kind of things do you have here today?
Well, we have the school supplies over here with the Harry Potter pencils and the styluses, and then we have just kind of stocking stuffers because it's almost Christmas. So we have the Gringotts little ID holder and stickers for your car. So it's just fun, geeky stuff.
I need to get one of those for my car. I don't have enough stuff on my car.
Slytherin, right?
Very much so.
Very nice.
So where's your next stop?
We're going to be at the Yule Balls in New York and Boston with just a few things. We're just bringing the pencils and the styluses, I think, to that, and we'll help sell merch for the Wizard Rockers, so it'll be fun.
Great, that's great. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys again, and having fun here at Rhode Island Comic Con.
Thank you, you too.
Hey, it's James again, here with Kurt with Wild Bill Soda. You can see right here, it's an old-fashioned soda pop stand, and they have all these nice mugs. Tell me, how did Wild Bill start?
Wild Bill started actually in a basement about 50 years ago. The original owner was making soda with his grandfather as kids, and then when they got older, they thought it could be a good business model. So they started and built a stand like this out in their garage and went out to fairs and festivals and started selling old-fashioned soda with stainless steel mugs.
Wow.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the stainless steel mugs, what kind do you have in?
So what I've got here is we typically will brand our mugs for the event.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for this event, we've got the Rhode Island Comic Con mug, which has the Rhode Island Comic Con logo on them, which are limited edition. We had 2,500 of them. We'll probably be out of all those today. And then the other mug we do for the month of October is the Susan G. Komen mug. And $1.50 of that goes back to Susan G. Komen. So we'll probably, as an organization, donate about $15,000 to Susan G. Komen this year.
Wow, that's awesome. Let's see. And then, so what do the people do when they? And we don't mention prices because this is public access.
Yeah.
But what do people do when they come up to your stand?
Okay, so they come up and they buy a stainless steel mug and they get unlimited soda for the day. Okay, so and we've got 9 different flavors here. So we got things like sarsaparilla, root beer, vanilla, ginger ale, grape, black cherry, birch beer, all those vintage kind of flavors. We use pure cane sugar in all of our soda. Okay, no high fructose, and we also lightly carbonate because our goal is to get the flavor out of the soda, not the carbonation out of the soda.
Wow, that's great. I love being able to, fill up and have my mug with me all day. And so, what kind of shapes do you have for the mugs there?
Okay, we've got 3 different styles. We have the classic style, then we have the barrel style, which I'm showing here, and then we have an insulated double barrel, so it's good for hot and cold beverages at home. And we also have something appropriately named the Big Boy. It's 60-ounce campfire style, so it's designed to go on a campfire and hold a lot of soup, chili, or soda, or adult beverages, as we like to say.
That's great. All right, well, thank you, Kurt.
Thank you very much for the time.
Have fun here at Rhode Island Comic Con.
Thanks again.
Okay, back at Rhode Island Comic Con, here I am with
Russell Rainbolt.
And Russell has been an artist for how long?
Oh, 30 years now.
30 years, and you have...
Well, all my life. Let's not put numbers to it. I've basically been drawing since I was a kid, so we can say 50 years. Yeah.
Now, how long have you been doing the comic book thing?
This is about 5 to 10 years at this point. I have worked commercially and stuff like that. I started getting involved with the comics when I did the large-scale poster, the giant banner and mural. But I really got involved in painting the large-scale canvases and things like that about 3 to 4 years ago, and working. Now I'm moving into doing books and covers. I have a comic book story coming out in The Creeps #5, which is in January of 2016. And I'm moving into doing covers here and other story illustrations.
That's great. Now, you started off in a different field
Yes, I did. I started off as a commercial billboard painter. I have a degree in fine art from School of Visual Arts and took that and started painting billboards out on the interstate, 100 feet off the ground on a rope and scaffold. And I got used to painting gigantic cars and, guys dragging Christmas trees through the snow for doers or any other sort of commercial venue. And there was a lot of dynamic in that art too, because it's very flashy. It has this kind of bold quality to it. But I grew up reading comics, and that's how I learned to draw, and that's how I thought and what I wanted to do. And at some point I turned around in the billboard industry, and there was this giant 20 by 60 foot vinyl that had come in and was unused because the client had changed their mind on it, and I did the gigantic 20 by 60 foot mural, and that really started me rolling back into doing the comic book work. So that was 6 weeks of 12 to 16 hours a day, 6 to 7 days a week. And I really got focused on things at that point. And from there I went into doing the larger scale paintings of Batman or Spawn. I got commissions in this direction, and of course the Comic Cons became the place to be, because this is something of a circus act when you paint a 10-foot canvas, and that sort of thing. It gets to be what superheroes are. They're larger than life. That's part of the idea too.
That's great. Your work is absolutely fabulous.
Thanks.
I love it.
Right. My email is russrainbolt@gmail.com. I'm on Facebook, Russ Rainbolt Art. That's RussRainbolt ART for art. And you can find me on Instagram and Twitter as well.
That's great. Well, thank you so much for talking to us today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
So at Comic Con 2015, I am here with not Doc Brown, although he really looks pretty cool, but Charles and Chris from Spring Green Auto. And they have with them today an authentic 1981 or 1982 DeLorean, which is like in really pristine shape. So how you guys doing today?
Good, thank you, Calvin. How are you?
I'm doing fine. And yourself?
Very well, Calvin. Thank you, sir.
So we go back a long ways, but we'll get into that a little bit. Why don't you talk about the DeLorean, about where its future is and how Back to the Future really made it like a popular car, and what is so cool about this amazing machine?
Well, you probably know this is the 30th anniversary for Back to the Future, so it's a big year for the franchise. And we thought it would be a great time to come in here and do something for Comic-Con. And so this is a 1981 DeLorean, and it's not done up as a time machine per se. It doesn't have the props, so it's basically just a stock DeLorean. But maybe down the road we might consider doing some of the.
Okay, so why don't you guys talk a little bit about the DeLorean, about how cool it is, how it integrates with Back to the Future, and a little bit about the history of the car and how you guys have one.
Well, as you know, this is the 30th anniversary of the Back to the Future films, so it's really a big year for Back to the Future fans. And we thought, what a great time to come in with a DeLorean and visit Rhode Island Comic Con. So that's kind of what got us started. And so this is a 1981 DeLorean that we have here. It's basically a stock DeLorean. It doesn't have any of the Back to the Future props on it. It's just basically a stock 1981 car. But down the line, maybe for next year or the year after, we may put some of the Back to the Future props on it and make it look like an actual movie car.
Now, how did you come into possession of this particular DeLorean?
It's a long story, but my son and I were watching the Back to the Future films when he was younger, and he fell in love with the car, and he said, "Dad, it would be really great if we could ever get a car like that. Do you think it could ever happen?" And I said, "Well, they're kind of expensive. I'm not sure, but we'll keep our eyes open and we'll watch." So we went on Craigslist, we went on eBay, and about 2.5 years ago, he spotted one for sale that was on Craigslist, and it was in Rhode Island, and it was in need of repair. It was in kind of rough shape, but we went down, we made the gentleman an offer, and we bought the car, and for the last 2.5 years or so, we've been restoring it, little by little, one step at a time.
It needed a lot of work when my brother first obtained the vehicle. The entire body was completely dull, the tires needed replacing, the engine was seized, the spark plugs were caught in the cylinder heads, mouse nests in the vehicle, a lot of painstaking, a lot of hours put into fixing this vehicle up to make it look like the beautiful piece that you see in front of you right now.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, it's an aluminum body, correct?
That is correct.
I mean, this looks brand new.
Stainless steel.
Oh, stainless steel, I apologize. Stainless steel. But this looks brand new. You guys did an amazing job restoring the car.
For sure, and it was difficult to make the body look so perfect. There's all lines where the stainless steel was brushed, and Charles is constantly wiping it down with a scouring pad to keep this texture and shine, and a lot of things going on with it all the time to keep it looking like this. It requires quite a bit of maintenance.
And Calvin, as you know, we've been involved with cars our whole lives. You know, my father started the auto body business in 1948, and since that time, you know, we've been in the business, and so we're kind of good at restoring cars, only because we've been at it for so many years.
Now, you guys also rent out classic cars such as this. Is that
Yes, that's true.
So if somebody would be interested in trying to rent out a classic car from you guys, can you give us your website where they can go and get more information?
I'll be glad to do that. That's www.springgreenautobody.com. And we would be happy to rent out any of several vehicles that we have.
Camaros, Mustangs, Corvettes, Packards, Pontiacs.
Voyagers, maybe?
The last time we rented out a Voyager was probably for the old public access TV show that we had, that we worked on together in the 90s, Calvin. So that's a ways back.
Approximately 20 years, yes. So I know these guys from way back from WAPA TV, which was back in the mid-90s. You can catch some of the episodes on YouTube and on Vimeo.com. But really, really cool stuff, guys. It's been forever. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you, Calvin. It was so nice to see you again. It was a pleasure.
Thank you very much, Calvin. Thank you.
Thank you.
one of the things that we like to do at Rhode Island Comic Cons is we like to feature not just the big celebrities and the people that, that you come here for, but the more important little folks who like to do booths and set up and do crafts and stuff. So we're here with Liz. Hi, Liz.
Hi.
All right, and the name of your shop is?
Llamagurumi.
Okay, and how long have you been running this shop?
About 3 years at Rhode Island Comic Con.
Okay, and tell us about some of the things that you like to, is this crochet? What is it?
Yeah, it's crochet. I do a lot of little tiny things. I did a lot of owls this year. I've done turtles past years. We try to do a lot of Pokemon-themed stuff for a lot of people. They really like Pokemon-themed stuff.
Yeah, they like the Pokeballs, too.
Yup, a lot.
Good.
I do dolls of Disney princesses.
That's nice for the girls. All
Yep,
right.
so those. And I also take commissions throughout a yearly basis.
Oh, that sounds good. All right. And when you're not doing crochet, what else are you doing?
I actually teach Latin at East Providence High School.
You do? That's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm a teacher assistant in the Providence school system.
Oh, that's awesome.
I work
Yeah.
with pre-K kids.
Cool.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah. And what do you teach?
Absolutely nothing.
Okay, so you're having fun this weekend.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Okay. Do you like being in the dunk? Is it a good spot?
Yes, actually. I was originally a little upset when I saw my spot, but this has worked out really well.
Good.
We've done really well this year.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially being across from Dunkin Donuts.
Yeah, that was fantastic, as it turned out.
Now, you were kind enough to bring some sample copies of a friend's book.
Yes.
And I said you could promote the book, so why don't you tell us a little bit about his book?
Sure. This is Salvation's Dawn. It's written by Joe Jackson. It is a fantasy action D&D sort of inspired book. The main character is one of the few really strong female characters I have read in a long time. And she's not human, which is really interesting. She's like a half dragon hybrid, and she was resurrected from the dead to fight demons. So it's a lot of action, really good writing, good characterization, fantastic world building in it. It's really good.
Now, you said you could find that book on Amazon?
Amazon.com, yep.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, and if people want to get in touch with you and have some commission work done, how can they find you?
I am on Facebook at facebook.com/Llamagurumi, and I'm also on Etsy, and my Etsy shop is also named Llamagurumi. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you get a lot of sales from Etsy?
A little bit, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, a little bit, yeah. Okay. So it works out well.
Good. All right, Liz, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, let's see what else is going on at Rhode Island Comic Con.
Hi, it's James here, Sci-Fi Journal. We're still here at Rhode Island Comic Con. I'm here with Jackie Leduc, a local writer here in Rhode Island, right? And she's written a couple of books here. And so tell me about your books here.
I have two books, The Demonic Eyes and Bloody Nightmares.
Yeah.
The first one is a coming-of-age story where a young boy finds out he has supernatural abilities.
Yeah.
And the second is an apocalyptic story where this entity from a young man's nightmares comes to life to try to destroy the world, and only he can stop him.
Wow, that sounds great. Apocalyptic, hero story. Great. So how long have you been writing?
Well, I started Bloody Nightmares when I was 12, and I wrote The Demonic Eyes when I was 14, and I'm 16 now.
This is an up-and-coming writer. You should check it out. And where can we find, or where are your books available?
My books are available on Barnes & Noble, Amazon, anywhere you can find books.
Wow, look at this. So, Bloody Nightmare and The Demonic Eyes. Right. And you say, how long have you been writing?
Well, I started writing when I was 6. After I had read every single book in the library, I said, oh, I'm so bored with all of them, so I'm just going to start writing myself. And that's really when I decided I wanted to be an author.
Wow, that's great. All right, thank you very much, and I hope you're having a great time here.
Thank you.
Okay. We are here with TJ Glenn. Hello, DJ.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you very much. He is a very good friend of Jay Kingston on the show, and Jay couldn't be here on the Sunday morning of Rhode Island Comic Con. He said, promise me that you'll interview TJ. So here we are.
Thanks, Jay.
And Mr. Glenn, you are a writer, sir.
Yes, fight choreographer, stuntman, and writer, and that's how I met Jay. I was choreographing the fights
for Renaissance Festival. I met Jay 25-something years ago.
Right.
But I am a writer now with a number of genre books out.
Okay.
I've been in Weird Tales, Mad Magazine, Tales of Olde, and all over the place.
All right, sounds good. Give us some examples of some books that you brought here today.
This is actually part of the Fight Card series. It postulates that Robert E. Howard did not die by his own hand, and he goes on to have adventures around the world.
All right.
Boxing and going to the land of the Fae.
Oh, that's cool. All right.
And then this is a collection of sword and sorcery tales, of sword and sorcery. Pretty self-explanatory. And this is a series of bio-enhanced bounty hunters in the year 2030. Government-sanctioned superheroes, realistically. There's 3 books in this series out, the exceptionals.
Okay.
And this is my favorite, my baby. There are 2 books out on Dr. Shadows and a 3rd coming out. It's a 1930s adventure trope where he's a world adventurer who helps people who are otherwise cannot have any help. Goes all over the world, China, Manchuria, New York, San Francisco.
Yeah.
I've got a series of them coming out from Pro Se Books.
Very nice. Now, how many books have you written?
Right now, there are 56 or 7 books on the market with my name on them. 30 of them are my solo books. The others are anthologies I'm in.
Yep. Very nice. Okay. And if people want to get in touch with you for more samples of your work, how do they find your work?
My website is theurbanswashbuckler.com. Or you could go to Amazon. I have an Amazon authors page. And if you put in Teel James Glenn, which is the full name, 2 E's, Teel, pages and pages of stuff will pop up with me on it.
Okay. Sounds good, right? Thank you very much. All right, let's see what else is going on at Rhode Island Comic Con.
Hey, so James here. I'm here with Ivy Doomkitty. She's a cosplayer and a great person. She's been judges for cosplay contests at various conventions and things like that. And she's dressed today as Velma from Scooby-Doo. So how have you been enjoying Rhode Island Comic Con?
I've been enjoying it very much. Food's been amazing. The fans have been awesome. It's been a good time.
And so tell me, how did you get started doing cosplay and things like that?
Well, I was going to cons for about 10 years. And I saw cosplay for the first time at the very first show I went to in LA. And I thought, this is awesome. I want to dress up as my favorite comic book characters.
Yeah.
This is great. And it wasn't something that I did until a little over 3 years ago. I finally said, you know what, I'm going to make a costume, I'm going to walk the convention floor, and that was at San Diego Comic Con 2012. And I had such a great time doing it that I said, I'm going to make another costume and another, and it just kind of spiraled into this addiction of wearing and making costumes.
It's great. It's you got so many different styles and things, characters that you've been able to embody and stuff like that. What do you have out there that's for fans that that if they can look for you, where can they find you?
You can find me on all social media outlets, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Facebook as Ivy Doomkitty, and on YouTube under Ivy Doomkitty Official.
All right. And you've been in movies too, or acting?
No, well, I was on a reality series called Heroes of Cosplay on the Sci-Fi Channel as a judge. And I also did a fan film called Trek Isolation, which is still ongoing.
Oh, yes.
Where I was playing opposite Stan Lee. So,
awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
that was cool.
Working with Stan Lee, that's like a bucket list. Yeah.
Yeah,
Great.
so I've done a couple things here and there.
Great. So I hope you're enjoying Rhode Island Comic Con. Thank you for the interview.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to wrap it up for Rhode Island Comic Con 2015. Did you guys have a good time?
Oh, I had a great time.
Yes.
Totally.
Absolutely, yes. Okay. Now, before I forget, if you want to get in touch with us, our website is www.risfc.org. Check us out online. We always have information about club meetings and activities when we're getting together. We have news. We also have a Facebook page, and we have a Twitter feed, so there's lots of ways to get in touch with us, okay? And YouTube channel. So if you don't catch us on Rhode Island Public Access, you can catch us on our YouTube channel. All right, any last thoughts for this year's convention?
They've done a better job from last year, but there's also still room for improvement.
Oh, this was just it was a mind blower of an experience with all the people and so many friendly people coming up and saying hi to us, and it was just great.
Had a lot of fun. It looks like it was a big success. We already know that they're going to be back next year, and so will we.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun. All right, hey, look, we got a guest over here. Come over here, say hello. All right, what'd you think? Did you like Rhode Island Comic Con so far? He likes it too. Okay, are you looking forward to the new Star Wars movie? All right, are you a big Star Trek fan? I didn't think so, but it's cool. Thanks for stopping by. All right, thanks. Don't step in the Bantha Poodoo. All right, that's going to be it for this 2015 edition of Star Wars, of Sci-Fi Journal. Thank you very much for watching this December issue, so it's the last show of the year. Have a Merry Christmas, a Happy Holiday, whatever you guys celebrate. Hope it's happy and safe and healthy and family and friends and all that good stuff. And we will see you again in January of 2016 when we begin our 20th year. Oh my goodness. All right, that's it for this month. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Say bye.
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 Look, it's Stark Helmet.